2, 1.
All right, don't leave.
0. Just turned.
Yeah, I see it now.
I
Now it
got
is.
the pink
Now
background.
it is.
All right. I see it now.
And I hear
Paris, I'm gonna send you my app, for the thing. Yeah, check the prices.
No. You blew that. It's over now. I offered
hey.
it, and you gave me middle fingers and curse words. I'm not sending you nothing now. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
here it is right here.
Oh,
Here it is.
God.
Here it is right here.
Oh, God.
I'm
Come
not
on,
sending
man.
you
Show
nothing.
brother love, man.
Yeah, dude. On the legit though, this is 64 gigabytes.
Yeah, that's all
So,
I need.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see the bags that I have so I could take this mixer. Yo, this mixer is so dope, man, for me to take it to places, man. Like I took it last night to my brother's house to record. We set it up. Nice, good, easy setup. It would have been easier if I just leave my laptop here and just take this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but traveling
But, like
is
I don't
gonna
have
be a
an
pain,
micro SD card. That's why I need it. So
I can imagine traveling though. It's gonna become a chore because now you gotta carry
nah,
that big ass thing.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I don't care about that.
I can just imagine. I'd probably.
TSA.
How big is it?
What's up?
'Cause I'm thinking just put it in a backpack or like a small gig bag for a recorder or a mixer.
I know Rode came out with a bag for this mixer, but I have so many bags I could fit in there. I just put my plastic bag so it won't get scratched. And yeah, it was good. It's not that big.
Sure.
It's like a little bit bigger than my laptop, maybe a little bit, not by much. So, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Arctic, what's up? Good morning. Arctic been playing a lot of Division 2 beta, so that's good.
Why is my? Oh, there it is.
What's up?
Screen was frozen temporarily.
Oh, okay. All right, let me go over here. I can see this. You guys ready? Pete, you got your coffee and everything?
Yep, coffee's good. Yeah.
All right, here goes. What episode is this? 840.
840.
840. Ooh, almost 843, y'all. There it goes. Here it goes. Welcome to Gamer Tag Radio episode 840. This is your host, Danny, and joining me this week, co-host of the show, we have Paris.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you?
All right. And also we have Pete.
Hey yo, what's up, everybody?
What's going
Apologies.
on, guys?
I will take full credit for running late. I blame Apex and my inability to hit the snooze button correctly on my iPhone. I apologize for everyone. Got the show up and running less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Pete, so now that you've been playing it now for like what, a week? It's been a week?
Yeah.
It's going to be a week
Almost.
by the time the
4 or 5
episode comes
days.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. So your thoughts? I mean, I know it's getting better and better, right? Like
It's Bay. It's I don't want to say it's completely replaced PUBG, but I think it just clicks every, or what is it? What's the cliche term that checks every box in the desires, right? It's got a solid foundation. It plays well. It's fast and furious. You get you into the action. It's enjoyable to play. Mm-hmm. It's easy enough to jump in and learn how to play from a player perspective. It's not as difficult. Hey man, like we said on the last show, and actually I said this last night on stream while playing, don't touch it. just give me new legends periodically. Don't touch it in the way that you're playing it now. Maybe the shotguns are a little overpowered and stuff, but they're shotguns. Other than that, don't touch it. I think they've got a fantastic game. I'm not saying it's going to be game of the year because I feel it's real difficult for battle royale type games to become game of the year because they're so narrow focused, and like there's not a lot to them because there's so many other games. I don't see how a battle royale game could be game of the year, but as a shooter / battle royale game, it's near perfect. Leave it alone. Touch it.
I think maybe it's still early because I want to see the updates that they're planning to add in the game. But I think I'll put it up there. I'm not saying top 3 or anything like that, but maybe a contender because first of all, this was one of the biggest surprises so far in 2019. And it reminded me of, like, when Apple says we have this product available, right? That's how I felt like when this game came out. You know what I'm saying? So, Paris, before we go to the next topic and continue to talk about other things, your thoughts about Apex Legends so far, man?
I haven't played it yet. I've only seen the online feedback. I've seen what Pete and yourself have been saying. It sounds like this is a game changer for battle royale games. I've been busy with other things, so I've just simply not had the chance to deep dive into it and play it. But I will. It is definitely on my to-do list. I'm leaning towards just jumping in on PC right away and playing. But yeah, everything I've seen about it so far has been fantastic. I know you guys kind of already talked about this already on the last episode that wasn't on, but I like the way that EA and Respawn launched this game. I think that's the future of being able to market and launch games, because let's just be honest. Yes, Polygon, the Kotakus, and all those of the world still exist. IGNs of the world still exist, and they still matter. But in today's age, people pay more attention to streamers and YouTubers, quote unquote influencers. So the fact that the EA used social media to launch their game and just like, hey, we played it, check it out, it's coming out tomorrow. They did a Twitch live stream and it was available right now. And look at the numbers. The numbers say it worked. Bottom line, it got the attention, it got the awareness that it needed. People downloaded it in record numbers. It worked. So I fully expect to see more of this happen in the future. Instead of, they could have announced Apex Legends at E3 last year, right? They didn't need to. We didn't need to drag this out, have preview events and do all these things. And I understand why they do them, and I understand the whole purpose of them. But I like that EA took this chance and this risk of doing something outside the box. And I fully expect to see other publishers try something similar in the future. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it had to do with the fact that it's a free to play game, and you make money off of it, off of all the the loot box stuff that they'll have, coming soon. But it's fun. It's a AAA experience. You see Pete absolutely loves it. Everyone that I've seen that has been sitting around playing this game absolutely loves it. I fully expect when I jump in, I'm going to love it too. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Now, before we move on to anything else, I have to bring this up though, because I said it when it first got announced. I've seen other people talking about it on social media, and I think this is a real thing. Yes, this is a success. Yes, this was great for EA and Respawn, and the stock went up and all this. But what does this mean for Anthem? I still feel like Anthem realistically comes out this week. It comes out this Friday, because that's when the early release starts, right? Nobody's talking about it. Nobody. Everybody is talking about Apex Legends. And this even goes for the Division 2, to be perfectly frank with you. It stole all the shine that Division 2 beta would have had as well, because everyone's talking about Apex. Everyone's playing Apex. No one's talking about these other games. So, not to mention, we know there's another Battle Royale game coming out for EA on Battlefield 5, Firestorm. That's coming soonish. No one's talking about that either, because this Apex Legends just took everyone by surprise, and it's so good and so polished. So I don't know. We'll see when Anthem launches. We'll see if the buzz picks back up at the end of the week going into the official launch on the 22nd. But you can't tell me taking eyeballs off of that game isn't going to hurt it even a little bit. I just think it does. So
I agree. I definitely think Ubisoft is their ears perked, like, oh, there's a new challenger in the ring, right? Even if it's it's a battle royale. It has nothing to do with the Division 2. But I mean, it's telling that at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning, there's 250,000 people on Twitch watching the game. League of Legends, which has the LCS, which is typically their busiest times of the year. Whenever they have an LCS or they have summer splits or any championship series within League of Legends is the top dog on Twitch, bar none. It's like the rule of law. It happens every time. They've been second place this entire week, and that is telling of how influential this game has become in such a short time. It's so crazy.
But let's talk about what Paris mentioned a couple minutes ago about the marketing. I know we talked about this during our daily conversations. Make sure to check it out. That was a pretty dope episode. But this game already has, probably by now, even more than this, 10 million players, over 10 million players. That was all word of mouth. That was all because of the streamers and YouTubers also talking about it because they got to see it. They talked about it through their social media accounts. And I know there was people that were mad about that, but it worked. So a couple days ago, I went to a school to talk about like podcasting and GTR, right? And a lot of the students that were there, they were asking me about, hey, have you met this YouTuber or streamer? None of them mentioned anything about Kotaku, IGN, Polygon. There is an audience for that, right? But I think there's a bigger audience that stick with YouTube just right now, just earlier today, my niece, 6-7 years old, went downstairs. She didn't went downstairs to watch like cartoons. She went to check out her favorite YouTuber playing Minecraft right now. Downstairs, she's watching it right now. So it makes sense for EA and all these other companies that fly out all these content creators so they could spread the word about their products because it works. There's people that don't listen to podcasts, don't visit websites. All they do is just watch videos on YouTube, and that's it.
I got to break the fourth wall really quick.
Yeah,
I have to address the chat because part of what the chat is saying right now is Anthem and Apex Legends are in different silos, so it doesn't matter. See, this is where I disagree. It's not about that they're the same game. This isn't a Titanfall 2 Battlefield 1 scenario that we had, a couple years ago. It's you are marketing a brand new IP. This is a new IP into the looter shooter genre. It is unproven. There's no history behind it. There's no reliability behind it. And now the attention is no longer on it. Are we sure that enough casual folks out there even know what Anthem is? Did they even touch the demo? We don't know because just like Danny's saying, the casual audience, the non-siloed audience, they're all paying attention to Apex right now. All their favorite YouTubers and streamers, they're playing Apex right now. They're not talking about Anthem. That's the kind of the point that I'm making. Is the awareness going to be there in quote unquote launch week to get people that normally would not pick up Anthem to actually understand that Anthem is coming out and say, hey, I'm going to drop $60 on this and check out this game, or I'm going to get Origin Premiere or whatever the case may be to pick up this game? I'm not so sure. Because I think, again, I feel like EA is competing against themselves in this scenario because they launched such a kick-ass game that has so much of the casual media cycle right now talking about it, not the hardcore audience. Look, the hardcore looter shooter people, yes, they're going to pick up Anthem because it doesn't matter what the hell else is happening, right? I'm talking about the people that normally aren't paying attention to this or wouldn't even give it a consideration. Is there enough marketing right now behind Anthem from the EA standpoint that it's going to have those eyeballs paying attention to it? I personally don't think so, because I think all those same eyeballs are paying attention to Apex Legends right now. Hell, even the Twitch streaming numbers are telling you right now there are a record number of people paying attention to that game. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying Anthem won't be a success. It's going to be a flop of this, but you will lose people because of this. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying it's going to be a record number of people or a high number, but there's going to be some. That's all. And we'll see what happens next week when the game launches, what the launch numbers look like.
But I think also, Paris, and we talked about this, man, like I think also the reason this game got released is because, man, they were not happy with the performance of EA throughout the past year. Battlefield was a flop to them. You know what I'm saying? 2019, a brand new year. Why not release a free-to-play game, get a good buzz right before the release of Anthem? Because imagine if EA would have just released Anthem and that's it. There was no Apex Legends, so let's just say. The investors are not going to be happy. They're going to be disappointed. They are going to be super disappointed with the performance of EA because of that game. Now the confidence is there because of Apex Legends.
I understand what you're saying.
Also, I think you also have to you also have to consider expectations, right? This, I think, was a gamble, as we've seen before from Respawn, right? They
Mhm.
take those gambles, they take those risks. We've seen this time and time again. Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, those crazy launch windows, and everybody gives them, you know, the stink eye, because they're like, well, why are you deciding to launch now? Why are you launching against another EA title, knowing that it's going to jeopardize your figures, your launch numbers, which at the end of the day, when you're the head of a studio or you're head of a publishing giant like EA, those things
Mhm.
matter. Things like that may not matter in the large run to folks like us, or to our viewers, or to our listeners, but to those
Mhm.
those are massive things to pay attention to. And
Yeah.
when you take those things into consideration, they took another gamble again, and now they're doing it against a major product, kind of, in Anthem, and in a major release thing, with, you know, with regards to Firestorm and the Battlefield 5 Battle Royale, which is anticipated, as highly anticipated as all of the other offerings currently on the table. I don't know if it is, but still, it's intriguing how Respawn has taken that, you know what, has taken, I guess you could call it the Fortnite recipe, and pushed it out. Something that they can iterate quickly on, something that's free to play. They want to monetize, you can monetize it through you know, through microtransactions, but it's been
Mhm.
successful in the first week. Yes, it's had serious help in the form of the top streamers on Twitch and every other place. Like we said last week, expectations should be tempered from a long time or a long range success perspective once this quote unquote Apex partners ad campaign runs its course.
Mhm. Anything else, Paris? I know you were gonna say something. Then Pete started saying something.
No, I mean, the only other thing I was going to say on it, yeah, we can move on from this, was I would have liked if they would have put this out the week before the Super Bowl versus the day after. Maybe that would have given them a little more breathing room. But then I also understand that kind of
Maximum
butts up
eyeballs.
against them putting out the Anthem demo and things like that. So it's almost like I'm sitting here kind of slightly criticizing EA for when they put it out, but they were almost in a no-win situation, because, you know, if you put it out too early, right after the holidays, maybe people aren't paying attention the way they are. You put it out too late, it's butting up against Anthem. Anthem's date was locked in, so, you know, and like I said, we know Firestorm's coming out, you know, next month. So I don't know. It is what it is. We will see when Anthem launches, and we'll see what the numbers look like, if this potentially could have had any effect to it at all.
Yeah.
It did remind me of Titanfall 2, and I actually started playing it again, the campaign, on the PC, because, you know, I had it on Origin already. And yeah, I don't want Anthem or Apex or Firestorm to suffer the same fate that Titanfall 2 did, simply because EA is putting out these games just too close to each other, and they're fighting for the same eyeballs, and one of them gets lost because of that. That's all. That's the only thing I'm saying. Honestly, I want every game to succeed, because I think there's something there for everybody. But like I said, we'll see. I keep saying we'll see, so we'll see. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, well, I'll say this before we leave. The game already has 10 million players. It took Fortnite 2 weeks to achieve that, ever since they released the Battle Royale in the game. And it took Respawn and also EA 72 hours. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big. I know there's been rumors that this week, I hope this is not true, but supposedly there might be some layoffs at Activision and Blizzard. What are your thoughts about that? Because it makes a lot of sense. If they don't have a lot of games, why they need an amount of people to be at Activision? And I think we talked about this behind the scenes, about ever since the news about Destiny and Bungie, how that's going to affect a lot. Worked on the marketing on that, PR. I think a lot of people that we know that worked on that product and other products from Activision, they're probably going to get laid off, man, because of the changes and everything, man. So what are your thoughts about that, Pete, in Paris?
I'm probably going to get slandered for this. Unfortunately, it's a necessary evil in every industry, right? As numbers go up and down due to trends, due to successes and or failures, it happens. I'm dealing with that right now at the company that I work at, right? Unfortunately, it happens. I do see some of the points. There was a really good conversation going on Twitter between Jason Schreier and Brian Crescente, talking about layoffs and whether a union might be best for journalists and writers in the industry. That kind of touches on a sore subject almost with regards to, does media blogging and games journalism, does that qualify as something that should fall under a union? I think that all goes back to the conversation that the three of us have had, whether internally or externally with other figures in the industry. Do folks like us qualify as quote unquote journalists and things like that? So I don't.
No, not at all. Zero.
Right. So not everybody should be privy to those tags of being unionized. Those that write for major publications such as Variety or Kotaku, Polygon, and things like that, I can understand why. Now, going back to the main topic of them and losing revenue and potential loss of layoffs and stuff like that. It sucks. It's the beginning of the year. Budgets have been determined. I mean, hell, I think Paris and I chatted about this offline about something similar. But yeah, it happens. It sucks. It's I almost cursed. I could beat myself with the board though. No, it's a crappy part of the industry. It's something that we don't want to know, hear, or see, but it's an unnecessary evil. And I think it's high time that business as a whole starts to look for other ways to reduce cost or spend that doesn't equate to people losing their jobs. And at the end of the day, that's, I think, the most important part. I think businesses see folks as a resource that can be let go as opposed to where else can that be done? i.e., we saw, who was it? I think it was Iwata at Nintendo, who cut his salary in half to ensure that his employees didn't get fired. And I think when you have folks that make upwards of $28 million a year, either through salary and bonuses and whatnot, that is what people should be doing in an ideal world, is looking out for those in the business or in the industry that are usually the first ones to get cut. QA, customer service, because those are high turnover, easy flip positions in an organization. That's my personal opinion on it. Paris and Danny, you guys may have a different opinion, but that's where I stand on it.
I would just simply say, not to repeat everything that you said, because I think you were spot on with that. I think most of the outrage has been of these rumors is the fact that CFO got that huge bonus. Was it 15 million?
15 million. Yeah, I think I posted the picture. I retweeted somebody's picture. It was like, here they're expecting layoffs, and this guy just got $15 million to sign on.
Yeah,
that's the hypocrisy of it. The fact that you couldn't have repurposed that money into keeping a staff, but at the same time, if they're just simply not making new content right now that that huge of a staff can support, that's why you consolidate. Unfortunately, it's a part of business. It happens. It sucks. I hate to even talk about it because my old job, I drove by Blizzard every day. I know people over there. So I'm truly hoping that they don't get laid off here if that's the truth of the matter. But, it happens, but then you see the CFO get this bonus, a lot of it's through stock and things like that. So it's not like tangible, real, just cash sitting in his hand right now, but it sucks. I don't think I can say it any other way other than it sucks that it happens. And I hope if people are affected by this, that they can land on their feet quickly.
Yeah. Now, because of all this changes at Activision, does it make sense for them to even attend an event like E3 this year to show off their next Call of Duty game?
No. And
it doesn't make no sense.
Look, I know I'm not trying to divert conversation. I would argue, is it worth any company going to E3 and show off their games at this point? Do it yourself. Activision doesn't need E3. Activision doesn't need to go there, set up a booth to show off Call of Duty. They can do a live stream, show it off, go to like that event that you and I went to last year for Black Ops 4, call it a day, done.
And that's it. And people were talking about it, remember, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And now at E3, I think they were showing just the multiplayer, same thing that they showed at the event.
Yeah.
That's all they had at E3. They never show Blackout until later that year. So it makes sense for them not to attend E3, man. You know, now, unless they have another project that we don't know, but right now it's only Call of Duty. So now, Paris, when it comes to like the Division 2, is there an expansion coming out later this year? No, that's it, right? That's it, or they're only gonna add like updates for this expansion?
They have three stories coming out, and we know at least one raid's going to be there, if not. But you know, Julian did mention multiple. I don't know if that's all year one, but yeah, there's going to be, because remember, all the year one content is free DLC.
Wait, I'm talking about Destiny.
You said the Division 2.
Oh, I did. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm out of it, dude. All right, I'm talking about the Division.
We'll get into it then.
Wake up.
Wake up. You hosted the show. I respond to what you say. I'll read your mind. As far as Destiny goes, Joker's Wild is coming next month. And then you got Penumbra, I can never say it right. Yeah, coming in the summer. The big question with them, which, hey, shameless plug, Fireteam Chat, I had asked them about it on the IGN podcast. I actually talked about this and mentioned my name. So shout out to Destin and those guys. But I was asking them what they think about, once we get to September with Destiny 2, is an annual pass enough to pacify people, a second annual pass enough to pacify people for an entire year until we most likely get Destiny 3 in fall 2020? Or do we need another Forsaken style expansion in September to keep people engaged and want to play the game? Me personally, I think they do. They need at least a Rise of Iron type expansion, which wasn't as big as something like Forsaken, but it was bigger than something like when they came up with Crota and things like that. So they need something that is basically a new space to play in, and obviously new things to do in September, and an annual pass as well to keep content going during the rest of that calendar year of 2020 until we can get a true Destiny 3. So that would be to answer your question, Danny. Yes, they do have content coming at least until September, and after September we have no idea.
Okay. All right, so let's go with the next topic. This is about Halo Infinite devs won't make same story mistakes as Halo 5.
They can't. They absolutely cannot.
All right.
Or they will kill that franchise.
Let me read what they were saying.
I don't care what they said. I'm telling you what they're going to do.
You never read.
Halo is one of those franchises that we have a lot of players who are probably going to come back when we release Halo Infinite. And we just want to make sure, as it gets in there, that people aren't lost, which is one of the things that with Halo. So it's making sure there's enough meat and awesome for the fans, and at the same time is approachable for people who are coming back in. Your thoughts about this? I agree. I think Halo 5 had a great multiplayer. Story was kind of weird. Your thoughts about this, guys?
I just gave you my thoughts. Don't F up the story again. Done.
That's it.
Don't screw the story up. They better focus on Master Chief going into Infinite. I do think this is going to be a more of an open world type experience. I kind of hope it is. Let's do something out of the box with Halo, but the actual story itself, it needs to be about Master Chief and Cortana. That's what has fueled Halo since day one. And I felt like they really got away from that with Halo 5. And that's what happens when you get freaking Luke Cage as the main character. And then Luke Cage is like, well, I'm not going to do the voice. Go get someone else. And it was, look, we always talk about fake news and all that nonsense, but the marketing campaign was totally opposite of what the game really was.
It was.
And Master Chief was a guest star in his own game. So yeah, let's not do that again.
But at the same time, Paris, that was not the developer's fault. That was the marketing team's fault.
I don't care whose fault it was. I'm just saying what happened. That's what happened. You know, and look, we've had conversations with certain people that admitted, yeah, that was a mistake on their part. So don't make that mistake again. That's all I'm saying. Halo is a very important IP to me. It's a very important franchise. It was the quote unquote modern console shooter that proved that you can have online gaming, right? That it could work. You know, with Halo CE, it was like LAN parties and things like that. And then Halo 2 took it to an absolute new level with Xbox Live. I love Halo, absolutely love Halo. Halo 5 is the only Halo game I was disappointed with on a certain level, where I had to force myself to finish the campaign. Don't do that, because you'll kill this IP. You'll kill this very important IP if you do that. So get it right this time. And they know that's look, this is why they've taken so long to come out with the successor to Halo 5. I mean, we're most likely going to get it launch 2020 with the new Xbox, which makes a lot of sense. Let's reinvent Master Chief. Let's do it the right way. And, you know, let's keep people engaged into this franchise. And I know the multiplayer was good and, you know, people love to play all that, but I started playing Halo because of the story. That's what got me hooked. That's what got me to stick around. And the multiplayer is what obviously long-term gets you to stick around, but it's that story with Spartan 117 and Cortana and their adventures. That's why you show up to Halo. So let's get people excited about that again. That's all I care about.
No, I stand behind that as well. One of the things that has always drawn me towards was always the single player, was always the campaign, and rarely the multiplayer. Halo 5, I didn't have a problem with the gameplay itself. It was the story. And I know that with 6, Brian Reed is no longer there, right? He left like a year and a half ago or something like that. And the new guy that's now doing the writing is Kevin Grace, who's like the one who's, I guess he's like in charge of the story or whatever like that. How important do you think that is going to be?
I don't know. Because look, you could have a great story, but what happens if the game doesn't play good, man? Because the thing that I had issues with Halo, the Halo series, I think ever since Modern Warfare came out, that franchise was confused and was trying to figure out what to do with the game to compete with Call of Duty, because Call of Duty was getting all the shine back then. And I feel like the franchise just got lost, especially that they were focusing, the developers at that time, Bungie, and also now 343, got concentrating so much on the multiplayer side of the game that the story just went downhill slowly after that, man. So, I mean, do you guys agree or disagree? What do you guys think? Because I think it was the beginning of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare game. That's when everything went downhill for the franchise.
That had nothing to do with my question. You lost me, dude. I asked you about the writing, and you went to Call of Duty.
No. I just said, Pete, that you could have a great story, but what about the gameplay? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you could have a great story. What happened if the way how you play is horrible? What happened if it's the same old formula?
You just countered my question with another question about something else, so I'm confused as to the direction of the conversation here. To be
forget
honest,
it. Just
no, I'm dead serious. Like, I asked you how important was it losing the writer that has carried you through 5 different stories, and then Halo Wars 2 and all of that. How do you lose somebody as critical like that to a game where it's not just like Apex Legends where we're just going in and shooting things? There's storylines and there's people behind everything. How do you lose someone like that? And now, yes, I'm not saying that Kevin Grace is just a complete scrub coming in with no knowledge. He's like the lead, story manager there at 343, and he's in charge of the Halo universe. But how important is a loss like that going to be, and how well do we know, how well can Kevin Grace pick that up? Because it's an integral part of the game itself. Gameplay, I think, in my personal opinion, was fine on 5. Halo 5 was, from a gameplay perspective, was fine. Some of the mechanics were kind of janky. Yes, the camera wasn't 100%, but it was fine. It was good. it wasn't exactly like we all remember Halo, but games need to move forward. You can't have games that are as big as Halo be stuck back in, you know, the early 2000s with the way you do gameplay. It has to evolve so that it matches with gameplay that people are expecting in 2019 and beyond. So how important is the writing going to be? And question for you, how important is it to you guys? And how important is it to our listeners, to our viewers on Twitch? Do you want that to be on par as to what we were expecting? Like for me, 2 and 3 were probably the best from a writing perspective. 1 was great, but 2 and 3 were fantastic. And that's what I want. I want something that's tangible, like the books on my shelves from Halo. I want those stories in Halo, and I'm hoping that Kevin Grace is the right person to do it. Because if not, if that story isn't important, or if that story is not well done, we're going to see a major problem with that title.
Paris?
Why are you kicking it to me? He's talking to you. he was asking you the question. I mean, I've already said my piece on Halo. Let's move on, because I think we're kind of all over the place on this.
Okay. All right. Now we'll move on then. Let's see. There's one more topic here. 2K plans include mystery AAA game rumored to be Borderlands 3. I think it's about time for them to announce that game already, because I mean, when is the right time? Are they going to save that for E3, or like when is the right time to announce Borderlands 3 for 2K games? Anyone?
I didn't know who that question was directed to, so
I'm having a conversation with y'all. It could be anybody. It could be anyone.
I think it's been a while. I absolutely agree that yes, it's probably a good time for Gearbox to drop Borderlands, a Borderlands sequel. I mean, it's been what, 5, maybe 6 years since 2.
Do you think they should? I think they've done this in the past. 2K, they announced, I think, Borderlands, was it during PAX East? I think years ago. I can't remember. Unless they do something like similar to what Bethesda did, have been doing that for the past couple years. Announce the game, release it the same year. That's possible too. Or have a special event, a review event, all about Borderlands 3.
I don't know.
That's
the way
another
things
way
have
for
been
them to do
going
it.
with every other title, I'd be surprised to see if Randy Pitchford actually does that. I know they teased it back in 2018 at the Game Awards, but I'd be surprised if they start going along the same route as every other game has done over the last 10, 15 years, which is, you know, those reveal events. You can do it online. You can control the setting. You can control the environment. You can control the message coming out to viewers and listeners, whether it be from, you know, as far back as the reveal all the way up to, you know, the roadmap of what the game is going to be delivering. I honestly don't have a problem with them, as counterproductive as something like that might be to people like us or people in the industry that work in the same vein. But I think it makes more sense, and it's probably easier for a company to start doing them digitally. Release it online. You can control every aspect of it.
Yeah, I think May will be the good time to announce it.
Before E3?
May. Yeah, because I think Call of Duty was like that last year. Before that, Destiny 2 was May before E3. I think that's a good time to reveal it and then talk about it more at a press conference, maybe at a Microsoft press conference, or have a booth over there. Well, typically, now for the past couple of years, Take-Two has a booth there, and they have mini rooms from Rockstar and also 2K Games in that booth. Maybe show it to the press. But I think have a review event and just go all out, because I think this is one of the, you know what, the biggest game for 2K Games, because it's not WWE, it's not 2K, NBA 2K. This is it, like a AAA game. Is Borderlands 3 for them? No, for the past couple years, what other games is
no,
bigger
NBA,
than Borderlands from 2K?
No, NBA is their biggest game. It's one of the top selling games every year.
But that's a game that comes out every year. I'm talking about like AAA, that they invest so much money into creating one like BioShock back then. That was a big AAA game for 2K games. So I feel like Borderlands is the biggest one for them now. Like I don't count those sports games because that comes out every year. It sells, but talking about like developing a game, investing so much money. That's all. Okay. No. All right. Nobody want to answer. Right. So we move on.
Well,
all right.
I just don't know if we have anything else to do. I mean, it's speculation at this point. There's nothing else really to talk about other than, okay, what could it be? I think the other question with Take-Two in general is what else are they doing? I know earlier this week, there was the announcement from Take-Two that Michael Condrey, who left Sledgehammer Games, previously known as Visceral Games at EA, you know, shout out to Dead Space. He left and is now over at Take-Two as the head of a new studio for an unannounced IP. What are your thoughts? Do you think that could be a new BioShock?
Ooh, that's a good one. Or it could it be a brand new game though? A brand new
It could be. Again, it's back to speculation, you know, speculation day radio, but who knows? Conspiracies. Let's get them going.
Yeah. Now, 2K still own the rights of BioShock, so they could just work on a game from another studio, and that's possible too. But oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's a big, huge move, man. That's a really huge move. Now, if let's say it's a brand new IP, I would love to see a game like kind of like Dead Space with that horror type vibe. That would be powerful too, because AAA wise, we haven't really seen much of that from a lot of companies, man. And Dead Space to me is still a special game, man. So
no, absolutely. I don't know if I want horror in my BioShock.
No, but it has that suspense, you know. It got that vibe. It's like dark, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not as much as Dead Space, of course not, but
the look on Danny's face, the look on Paris's face though when you said that.
About
no, actually it was towards what you said. You don't want horror in your BioShock. That's actually part of what the original BioShock was.
But it wasn't as dark as Dead Space though.
It was a sci-fi horror game though.
Yeah,
part of what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't find it scary. I don't know. To me, that's just me. All right. So, anything else before we wrap it up, guys? Anything else?
Nah, let's just go ahead and end the podcast. I think we're good for this week.
All right, cool. So later pretty soon we're probably gonna review a couple of games. Make sure to tune in. Don't know when it's gonna go live, but there's a lot of games coming out. February 15th. There's a lot. So hopefully we can review that pretty soon on our podcast. And that's about it. So head over to gamertagradio.com, post your comments and feedback. You can also check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and other podcasters. Give us a call, 786-273-7GTR. That's 76273-7GTR. Or hit us up, fanmail@gamertagradio.com. Or if you're international, want to make it easier for you, go to speakpipe.com/gamertagradio, and you can leave a message there too. All right. Until next time, we're out. Peace. Cool. I stopped it. I guess the after show is going on now.
Yep, I'm out though. So I will see you guys later. Thank you, chat room.
You got a ready to run?
Good. Yep. No, okay. I got other stuff to do. Okay. So see you guys later.
All right, Paris.
Ready
to talk, man. Yeah, Pete. That was a cool episode.
Sure.
Yeah, for those that are listening, watching now on Twitch, we have an episode that came out last night as a surprise, as a bonus. Check it out. I'm just experimenting with new segments for the past few weeks. Just check it out. Let me know what you think. This one is Battle of the Games. We're gonna sit down and just debate about anything. It could be games, consoles, anything. Now, so we have daily conversations, which is good. I'm gonna record one with Pete. That would be cool. And anything else, Pete? I think we're gonna have multiple episodes coming out this week for a couple stuff that we can't talk about yet, but it's coming out sometime this week, hopefully. And I believe in March we have multiple episodes too, right, Pete? Coming out, we have planned something pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been working on that one in the background.
Yeah, that we've been working on.
Can't
So
talk about that one.
yeah, we have a lot of content for you guys. A lot of content. P, any shout outs for the subscribers on Twitch?
Give me 1 second. Let me go check those out real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out
to Arctic for the bits.
Yep. Shout out to Arctic for the bits. Shout out to Oskikri, 2-month tier 1 sub, courtesy of one of our mods, Tanya. Cypher gifted that earlier in the show. Paris subbed in the show also. Durat resubbed. 19 months using Twitch Prime. Arctic subbed with tier 1. And wait, how did Arctic Warlock subscribe with Prime and with tier 1? There's like 2 characters using Arctic Warlocks. I don't understand this. This is strange.
Oh, sick. Wow.
Shout out to Arctic for doubles
twice.
for double subbing. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cly Guy just for kicks. 19-month tier 1 sub. Zwinny with the resub as well yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, guys. We're trying to save up for E3, so whatever you guys would like to donate or subscribe or buy stuff at the store, that's gonna help us out big time. Yeah, man, E3 it's not cheap. So we're gonna work on it. So yeah, donate whenever you get the chance. Donate.gamertagradio.com.
Yeah, and if you do donate, you get to put a funny mask on whoever's the live streamer. So for now, that would be me, right? So I'm gonna do a test of the widget just so you can see what it looks like, and it's a randomly generated one, right? Yeah. So
how that works? I've never heard about this.
You just do a donate, and it automatically will generate a mask or something that goes on the head of the person with the camera. So in this case, it'd be me, right? So I just used, I just did a sample donation so people can see what it looks like. Right.
Let me see.
And then it just comes on for like 30 seconds to a minute.
All right, let me see. Oh, it's like a hat. You have like
a
crown
so it could be like it could be a helmet, it could be a mask, it could like take up my whole face. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Like it's got like a teddy bear on top of my head.
Yeah, we gotta promote the whole donate stuff on our show, because E3 is coming up and I really want us to go to E3 this year, even if it's the last one. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be the last one, but I always see every year, I always see E3 as the last E3 because you never know what could happen. But I know that this E3 is the last
one in LA.
In LA. Now, are they gonna stop? Are they gonna go to another location? That's the mystery, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So, let me see. How's my audio, by the way?
Your audio is fine. You keep moving back and forth in your chair, sitting back, and it's ruining video production because you're not static.
Sorry.
So make up your mind.
Sorry, I was trying to see the stream. Hold on, let me fix it here. Yeah.
Yes, Arctic. That is through Streamlabs. That's a mask that actually you link your Streamlabs account to your camera, and so whoever's the stream operator, which in this case would be like me, it puts a mask. Now, perfect example would be like yesterday while Paris was playing the Division 2 with his son. He's on camera only. And so all you would see would be, the mask on him. On here, since I'm basically capturing Danny and Paris on the stream and putting it through OBS, they wouldn't be privy to it because their camera isn't seen. But for me, it would be. So I think there's like 17 randomly generated different masks that could go on. Dragon's head, a samurai mask, things like that. So it's really cool.
Yeah. I have to subscribe and donate GTR. Let me see if from my account. Oh, is it available now? Wow, it's my 18th month. I have to wait a couple more days. Still subscribe. Yeah.
That's why I put it in the title of the show as well.
Oh, you did? What's the title?
It's Mask.
Oh, Mask. Oh, okay, I see it now. So nice. That's cool.
Actually, I gotta update.
Hey, man.
I gotta update the message as well because it says put it on me, but it should be on the host.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna be promoting the donate link and also the store, so people could buy or donate from now to E3. Let's see what happens, man. You know. Anything else, Pete? Before we wrap it up.
Nope, I think that's it, dude. I think that is it for today. I'm gonna go
Stream
to the gym.
Apex or the Division.
Oh yeah, I'll be on Apex later today. After I come back from the gym.
Okay. All right.
When you have a Protoss player going
cool. All right, guys. Just want to say have a great weekend. Hit me up if you see me online because I've been playing Apex Legend, Far Cry New Dawn, the Division 2. I've been playing all that stuff, man. So, but yeah, hit me up. Definitely gonna be around, man. All right. Thanks to Arctic, our mods, Arctic, Tanya, Mandy, that was helping out, Beaker. Shout out to everybody, man. That's it, Pete. Let's wrap it up.
Yep, that's it. All right, thanks everyone.
All right. Peace.
There's a lot more.